The Fourth Great Ninja War was already filled with chaos, but everything changed the moment Madara Uchiha arrived. One man stood against an entire army, yet it never felt like a fair fight. There was no speech, no emotion, just overwhelming dominance. Every attack thrown at him felt meaningless before it even reached him. He did not rush, he did not struggle, he simply walked forward and crushed everything in his path. This was not a battle, it was a reminder of why his name was feared across generations.
Who is the caster of the reanimation jutsu?
Your reanimation is quite special.
When Whitebeard arrived at Marineford, even the ocean responded to his presence. The sea split apart as if making way for something greater. Every marine and every pirate felt it instantly. This was the strongest man in the world stepping onto the battlefield. Even in old age, his presence alone shook everything around him. This was not just an entrance, it was history itself moving forward.
It's him.
Seriously? There are even more?
3 more Whitebeard pirate ships!
It's 1st Division Commander Marco!
Whitebeard. Can't believe we let them get this close.
When Muzan walked forward, the world around him felt distant. There were no loud movements, no visible effort, just silence. Each step he took carried a weight that could not be explained. The air grew colder, heavier, as if everything around him was being pulled into his presence. This was not power meant to be shown, it was power that existed beyond resistance. In that moment, Muzan did not enter the scene. He moved through it like something inevitable. When Satoru Gojo stepped into Shibuya, the entire atmosphere shifted instantly. Thousands of civilians trapped, special grade curses waiting, yet not a single sign of fear crossed his face. He stood alone, completely calm and untouchable. No panic, no hesitation, just absolute control over everything around him. Every movement felt effortless, every action precise and calculated. This was not a battle for survival. It felt like everything in front of him was already defeated. In that moment, Gojo did not enter the battlefield, he became its end.
Next. Now, think. Domain expansion.
When Goku finally arrived on Namek, everything began to change. The fear that once dominated the battlefield slowly started to fade. He didn't rush, didn't panic. He stood calm, focused, and completely ready. Even in the face of overwhelming power, there was no doubt in his eyes. Every movement carried quiet confidence. It wasn't loud or dramatic, but it didn't need to be. In that moment, Goku didn't just enter the fight. He shifted its entire outcome.
Difficult challenge he has ever encountered. To stand up and face the evil, a warrior named Goku, training in 100 times gravity Right, you've got to be kidding me. You'll never even touch me.
Does this!
When Itachi Uchiha appeared, the entire atmosphere shifted into silence. There were no loud movements, no dramatic energy, just calm, controlled presence. Every step he took felt deliberate. Every word carried weight. He didn't need to show his strength to be feared. It was already understood. His eyes alone told a story no one wanted to face. This wasn't just an enemy entering the scene. This was inevitability taking form.
What are you doing in this village? Itachi Uchiha. You're a high-level S-rank criminal.
It isn't my desire to kill you. Genjutsu of that level doesn't work on me.
When Saitama arrived, everything changed, but not through power, through silence. The chaos, the fear, the desperation, it all lost meaning the moment he stepped forward. There was no anger in his eyes, no urgency in his movements. He stood there, calm, almost uninterested. Every attack that once felt overwhelming now seemed insignificant. This wasn't a clash of strength anymore. It was the end of one. In that moment, Saitama didn't just enter the fight, he made it irrelevant.
I believe in you! Beat him!
I've got to pound this sea freaker.
Hey, someone else is over there. He's rank 2.
Class C for real?
Heroes were blown away by that thing's punches, right?
When Jinwoo stepped onto Jeju Island, the battlefield finally had an answer. The monsters that once overwhelmed everyone now had something far worse to face. There was no hesitation in his movements, no doubt in his presence, only absolute control. Every step he took felt like pressure building, every second shifting the balance. This was no longer a desperate fight for survival. This was domination about to begin. The hunters didn't need hope anymore, and the enemies didn't stand a chance. In that moment, Jinwoo didn't just arrive. He took control of the entire battlefield.
It doesn't make sense. That's impossible.
Mr. Song.
Director, the feed is up again.
I can't believe it. No way.
He made it there!
The Beast Titan stood confident, believing he controlled the battlefield. And then Levi appeared. No warning, no buildup, just sudden, overwhelming speed. In a single moment, everything changed. Levi didn't fight like a soldier. He moved with precision that felt inhuman. Every strike landed perfectly, leaving no room for error. There was no wasted motion, no hesitation. This wasn't a battle anymore. It was a hunt.
Poor, pathetic things. What's this? Is this Levi? Did he take out my eyes?
In a moment filled with fear and desperation, everything changed with just a few words. I am here. The instant All Might arrived, hope returned. The fear that once controlled everyone began to disappear. He didn't hesitate, didn't show weakness. He stood tall as a symbol of peace. His presence wasn't just about strength, it was reassurance. Even against overwhelming danger, he remained unshaken. In that moment, All Might didn't just enter the fight, he reminded everyone what it means to be a hero.
I think he's as strong as All Might.
All of us, even our teachers, were scared.
It's All Might!
That's my duty as the symbol of peace, because I am here.
All Might.
After all this waiting...
I've never seen the guy in person before.
When Reinhardt stepped into the situation, everything ended instantly. There was no struggle, no drawn-out fight, just perfect resolution. His movements were effortless, his presence completely overwhelming. He didn't need to push himself, didn't need to prove anything. The outcome was already decided the moment he arrived. This wasn't strength built through effort. It was absolute power that required none.
Looks like I cut it pretty close. What do you say? Shall we put an end to this?
Isn't there anybody who can hear me? Someone help! She's gonna kill him!
I'll help you.
Reinhardt? But how?
You are the Bowel Hunter.
That's how a Bowel Hunter fights! What are you going to show me?
The war at Marineford had already reached its breaking point, with chaos and destruction everywhere. And then Shanks arrived. No flashy entrance, no unnecessary movement, just pure presence. The moment he stepped forward, everything stopped. Even the strongest fighters hesitated. His words carried a weight no one dared to challenge. This was not power shown through force. It was authority earned through respect. When Shanks stepped onto that battlefield, the war did not pause. It ended.
Hawkeye!
Red hair is another matter entirely.
If anyone here still hungers for battle, we shall be more than happy to face you. Well, Teach, you want to try?
Come on, fellas, let's pack it up!
When Mob arrived, the atmosphere turned heavy instantly. There was no shouting, no dramatic buildup, just silence filled with overwhelming pressure. His expression didn't change, his movements remained calm, but everything around him felt different. It wasn't anger, it wasn't fear, it was something beyond emotion, the kind of power that doesn't need to be shown to be understood. In that moment, Mob didn't just step into the fight, he became something no one could control.
Apologize. I'm going to defeat this evil spirit.
Shigeo! You did it!
Dimple, get out of here!
When Asta entered the battlefield, the tension shifted instantly. Surrounded by enemies far stronger than him, he didn't hesitate for a second. His presence wasn't overwhelming because of fear. It was built on pure determination. Every step he took carried resolve. Every movement showed his refusal to give up. There was no doubt in his mind, no hesitation in his actions. In that moment, Asta didn't just join the fight. He proved that willpower alone can stand against anything.
What's wrong with you?
I told you it's pointless.
I'm not dying. Not yet. You're going down!
When Utah walked into the classroom, nothing about him seemed dangerous at first, but something about that moment felt wrong. The air grew heavier, the silence deeper, as if something unseen had entered with him. It was not in his words or his actions, it was in what followed him. Every second felt more uncomfortable, like the room itself could sense it. He did not need to show his strength to be feared. His presence alone carried something far beyond understanding.
It's starting now. It is straight. Oh, it's the right.
A new student!
I need is another moody rookie to look after.
I sense a really dark mood in there.
Hey! Stop it! Rika!
Thank you for watching the video until the end. Check out these cool videos. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and comment what you think about this moment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. Also, share this video with your friends who love anime. It really helps the channel grow. Thanks again for the support, and I'll see you in the next video.